Call this meeting to order. We'll begin with an opening prayer by Mike Colley, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Gina Shermy. Would everyone please stand?
Good and gracious God, thank you for the many ways you bless us. We stand before you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Be with us in our discussions and guide our decisions so we always do what is right and just in your sight. Help us to work together for your glory and the benefit of our community. Please watch over and protect us, our loved ones, and our nation. We ask these things through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Gina?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you for attending. Mr. Secretary, if you could please do roll call.
All right. Seat A, Chucky Sheremy here. Seat B, Thomas Petrie III.
Here.
Seat C, Jimmy Lafourche.
Here.
Seat D, Rodney Gisclair.
Here.
Seat E, Reggie Ledier.
Here.
Seat F, Chad Colley.
Here.
Seat G, John Mellison.
Here.
Seat H, Mike Colley.
Here.
Seat I, Chris Colley.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Sheremy. Next, we'll get a motion for approving the minutes for the April 9th, 2025 meeting.
I'll move.
Moved by Rodney. Second by Tom Petrie. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll go into Executive Director's Report.
All right, first is our northern expansion slip D bulkhead, GIS engineering.
Good morning. The contractor on this project is the Dynamic Group. They are progressing very well on this project. They have finished all the steel sheet piles and are progressing. They've gotten pretty much to the corner with the concrete piles, getting ready to start pouring deadening.
All right, any questions? Thank you. All right, airport projects. First is aircraft operations. Davey.
Operations for last month were 1,587. We had 9,084 passengers and 21,108 vehicles. And if you look at the screen up there, you can see that the operations and vehicle count is actually the highest so far this year. So it's picking up a bit.
All right, any questions? All right, the airport connector road and bridge. PCO and Associates.
Sea-level construction is a contractor. They've pretty much finished all the work on site. They're doing a little bit of electrical work from time to time. The focus has been on getting the machinery completed. They've fallen behind quite a bit. We are expecting a new schedule from them, but it's looking like sometime late June, maybe sometime in July, they will receive the machinery and overall completion project towards the end of this year.
Okay. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. FBO terminal, GIS engineering.
Okay, this project is Betco Byron Talbot Construction. This is the contractor. They have poured the slab for the foundation for the building. We expect the steel for the building to start coming in the next couple of weeks. And they'll start erecting it at that point.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, the airport fuel system rehabilitation.
Balut is the contractor on this project. All the big pieces are in. They're just tying it all together with various piping and electrical components. We expect the regular fuel to be available in the next couple of weeks, and another couple of weeks to jet fuel after that.
Okay. And did the coating, you're still working with them on that?
We will make sure the coating is done. That they've done some repairs and we weren't happy with that, but they'll get that done.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay, the airport hangar replacement.
Okay, the major foundation adjustments have been made. You can see where they poured the exterior little slabs on that. The main doors have been delivered. The regular steel for the rest of the building should be delivered the first or second week of June.
Okay. All right, so a couple of weeks should be starting to see some
by next month, we should be able to see things happen.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you, John. All right, the other projects, the breakwater repairs project, Angelette Design.
Good morning. Rigid is the contractor on this project. They've completed the west jetty repair. They're working on the breakwaters now in the Gulf. They have started on the east side. They've completed jetty 12, breakwater 12, 11, almost done with 10. That was the worst of them. They're working their way to the east and should have another shipment of rock coming in later this week. They are expected, according to their schedule, to be done late June, which is going to be approximately 100 days past their contract time, but they are moving on it.
Okay. All right, any questions? Okay, the Fouchon Beach project.
All right, bids were taken in March on this. This is on the agenda for awarding to the low bidder of onshore later this morning. And that's base bid and alternate bids for a total of about $19.6 million.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you, Neil.
All right, thank you.
All right, next is the Coastal Wetlands Park, and that's about a $1.8 million project. We're working with the Land and Water Conservation Fund to pay for 50% of the cost of that elevated platform or tower. We had an increase in federal funds from about $350,000 to $899,000, so a difference of $549,000 increase from the federal government because it's a 50-50 cost share. So that's a total, like I said, about $1.8 million project. We do have a grant amendment later on the agenda for approval. Any questions on that? Okay, and then GLPC wharf repairs. As y'all know, the wharves that we have ownership of, we've been making repairs as we can, and we just completed the last one, and that's right here in front of the building. You can see the repairs that were made, and our own maintenance staff have done all of those repairs. They did a good job, for sure. Any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Chasson? If not, we'll be moving on to public comment. No public comment. Next, we have possible executive session.
Okay, as y'all are aware, we have pending litigation with LMB Services LLC, and Bryce and I recommend a executive session.
All right, I'll need a motion.
I'll move.
Moved by Mr. Shermy, second by Mike Colley. Mr. Secretary, if you could do a roll call vote.
Okay. Chucky Sherman, yes. Thomas Petrie,
Yes.
Jimmy Lafourche,
Yes.
Rodney Gisclair,
Yes.
Reggie Ledier,
Yes.
Chad Colley,
Yes.
John Mellison,
Yes.
Mike Colley,
Yes.
Chris Colley.
Yes.
You have a quorum. Yes, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So we'll be a few minutes. We'll be right back. If y'all can stand by. All right. Honorable Chuck and Sherry Bridgeway. All right, everyone's in place. We'll continue on. So we've agreed to accept.
I'll make a motion, Mr. President, that we accept the offer.
Need a second? Second by Chad Kale. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Wait, any discussion? Do any discussion?
Oh, man, y'all write all these rules. All right, let me go back. Any discussion? Any public comment? Do I vote now?
Yes.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. For the record, I slipped up on the first one for that. We'll get back on track. And we'll continue along in the committee reports, and we'll begin with the executive committee. And members are John Mellison, chairman, members Chucky Sheremy, Mike Calais, and Jimmy Lafont. And we'll begin with item 1, consider approving the request from Bulk Vault Services to extend lease GLF 340.
All right, Bulk Vault Services would like a new lease with a 5-year primary term with 2 additional 5-year options to end April 30th, 2041. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Tom Petrie, second by Jimmy Lafont. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the amendment request from ERA Helicopters to include the early termination clause for leases in slip 12 and 14.
All right, this will be consistent with all of our other leases. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Chad Colley, second by Rodney Sheremy.
Rodney Sheremy.
You got a good one.
Just clear.
It could have been worse. It
There's a lot of people who got some new names here.
Could have been LeBlanc.
I have the Chucky
Yeah.
disease. Rodney Gisclair. Any discussion?
Welcome to the family, Mr. Rodney.
Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the request from Terrebonne Concrete to assign their 2 leases to LCCI.
All right, LCCI has purchased Terrebonne Concrete. They are requesting to take over the lease. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Mike Colley, second by Chris Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have consider approving the right of first refusal request from,
Number 4.
consider approving the amendment request from Almost Heaven Holdings for T-Hanger lease.
All right, Almost Heaven Holdings would like to allow Dustin Adams to park a plane in that hangar. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Chucky Sheremy, second by Reggie Leday. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the right of first refusal request from Dustin Adams for the T-Hanger lease.
All right, Almost Heaven Holdings is in the process of selling the plane. When they do, they will give up that lease, and Dustin Adams is requesting a right of first refusal on that same T-Hanger. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved Chad Colley, second Tom Petrie. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider the cooperative endeavor agreement with the Golden Meadow Tarpon Rodeo.
All right, Golden Meadow Tarpon Rodeo, which I happen to be the admiral of this year, is July 3rd, July 4th, and July 5th. And as we do every year with this rodeo and others, we will allow them access to the pavilion in Fouchon, and in turn, the port will get access to the event. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Ronnie Gisclair, second by Reggie Leday. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have consider approving the cooperative endeavor agreement for the Lafourche Energy Association.
All right, this rodeo, Lafourche Energy Association rodeo is June 26th, 27th, and 28th. And again, as we do every year, we give them access to utilize the pavilion in Lafourche, and they give us access to the event.
Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Reggie Leday.
Second.
Second by Jimmy LaFont. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have consider approving the cooperative endeavor agreement with the CCA Louisiana Foundation.
All right, CCA does have a rodeo every year in Grand Isle. This year it's August 1st and 2nd. It's a legislative rodeo. We give them $5,000, and in turn, they give us access to that event.
Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Chucky Sheremy.
Second.
Second by Reggie Leday. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have consider approving the hiring of summer employee applicants.
All right, we had a great group this year, 6 roustabout applicants and 3 clerical applicants. Based on discussions with our staff, our recommendation is to offer summer employment to all of the applicants this year.
Great.
Need a motion?
Move.
Mike Colley. Second by Chris Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And that concludes the executive committee report. We'll be moving into permits and waterways. And our chairman is Chris Colley, along with members Chucky Sheremy, Chad Colley, and John Melliso. Chairman Colley.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. President. First, we'll review a permit from Perdido Energy, Louisiana. Proposed prop washing and structure for drilling the Olivia prospect. Approximately 3,065 cubic yards of material will be prop washed. This is a request for an extension of the permit. Next permit is from Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority. This is West Bell Headland Repair Project. Proposal includes restoring West Bell Headland through marsh, beach, and dune fill placement utilizing offshore sand resources. This is an extension request of the permit. Next permit is from Castex Energy. Proposed dredging of a canal and well slip in order to install and maintain a proposed barge mounting drilling rig. This is another extension request from Castex. And Mr. President, this concludes the Permits and Waterways Committee report.
Thank you, Chairman Colley. Next, we'll move into Construction and Development Committee. I'm sorry. Nope, yep, that's where we're going. Construction and Development Committee, and Chairman is Reggie Leday. Members are Chris Colley, Tom Petrie, and John Malonson. Chairman Leday.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. President. Construction and Development. Consider approving the change order from Volute for the fuel system rehabilitation.
All right, this change order is for an increase of 45 days. Recommendation to approve.
Move.
Second.
All right. You have a motion?
Yeah, I was reading something we were doing. Any discussion? I'm sorry. Need a motion by Reggie Leday, second by Chucky Sheremy.
There you go.
Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Excuse me, Mr. Leday. Mr. Sherman, I want to let you know you did a real good job as president. You did read and run the meeting. It's taken me a while to adapt.
You're going to get it, buddy. You're going to get it. You're going to get it.
Continue, Mr. Leday.
Consider approving the lowest responsive bid for the Lafourche Beach project.
All right, as was mentioned earlier, we have our lowest bid is Onshore Materials LLC for $19,648,200. Recommendation to approve.
Move.
Need a second?
Second.
Second by Chris Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consider approving the grant amendment for the Land and Water Conservation Fund for the Port Fourchon Coastal Wetlands Park.
All right, I mentioned this grant agreement earlier, recommendation to approve.
Move.
Moved by Reggie Lede, second by Tom Petrie. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And last, consider approving change order number 2 from LMB Services for the Airport Obstruction Removal Project.
All right, this is an increase of $41,496.79 and 5 days. Recommendation to approve.
Move.
Moved by Reggie Lede, second by Mr. Chad Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, this concludes the Construction and Development Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Lede. Next, we'll move into Finance Committee, and Chairman is Rodney Gisclair, along with members Mike Calais, Tom Petrie, and John Melanson. Chairman Gisclair.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We'll start off with consider approving payment of the April 2025 invoices and recognize expenditures over $25,000. And I will read those off right now. Rigid Construction LLC, $2,090,104.17. That's for Ida breakwater repairs. Next, Dynamic Group, $999,127.09. That's for Slip D bulkhead. Volute Inc., $413,955.85. That's for the fuel system rehabilitation project. Next, GIS Engineering, $255,725.90. And that's for the Bell Pass Channel Deepening, Fourchon Island, Fourchon Marsh Creation, Slip D bulkhead, Master Plan, and General Consulting. Next, we have Marsh Buggies, Inc., $188,500 even. First payment for new excavator. LMB Services, LLC, and Pew Accardo, $185,000. That's for the obstruction removal project settlement. BET Construction, Inc., $151,118.98. That's for the FBO terminal building. Next, we have Southland Dodge, $95,885.79. That's for 2 each of a 2025 Ram 2500s. That was a lot of 25s. Angela Design LLC, $92,263.19 for Fourchon breakwaters, Fourchon beach maintenance and restoration. Next up is Piciola Associates, $86,943.81. That's for flotation canal shoreline protection, airport corridor bridge and connector road, Fourchon Pavilion bulkhead, general engineering, and Nerby Collins dredging. Next, Grand Isle Shipyard, $83,971.24. That's for public boat launch improvements and contract labor for FBO. Next, we have Freetown Builders, $61,817.63. That's for airport hangar building reconstruction. Next, we have Tailing International LLC, $29,400, airport connector road and bridge project. E&L Enterprises, Nerby, $29,146.74 for the Nerby Collins Marina repairs. C&T Motorsports, $27,834.90 for vehicle repairs. CSRS Disaster Recovery Management, $26,155. That's for disaster grant management consultant for Hurricane Ida. These total expenditures, including those over $25,000, equals $5,965,172.56. That's our total expenditures, which includes all of our expenditures in the last month.
I need a
And
motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve that.
Need a second?
Second.
Second by Reggie Leday. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we'll consider approving the April 2025 preliminary unaudited financial statements, which we reviewed on Monday night, and I make a motion that we accept this financial statement.
Got a second from Mr. Chad Colley. Chad, you need to state your name out. Bryce says you can't raise your hand. So, any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we'll consider adopting the 2025 ad valorem millage rate.
Okay,
I believe we have to read.
yes, we do. And I will do that for you if you
Thank you.
wish. Okay, so our rate for this year, as it was last year, is 6.54 mils, and I will read out the resolution. Be it resolved that the following millages are hereby levied on the 2025 tax roll on all property subject to taxation by Greater Lafourche Port Commission. Millage, operations and maintenance, 6.54 mils. Be it further resolved that the property administrative officials of the parish of Lafourche, state of Louisiana, be and they are hereby empowered, authorized, and directed to spread said taxes as herein above set forth upon the assessment roll of said parish for the year 2025, and to make the collection of the taxes imposed for and on behalf of the taxing authority, according to law, and that the taxes herein levied shall become a permanent lien and privilege on all property subject to taxation as herein set forth, and collection thereof shall be enforceable in the manner provided by law.
Need a motion?
Move to accept.
Second?
Second.
Tom Petrie, second. Any discussion? Mr. Chasson,
yeah.
could you,
I'd like to mention that this 6.54 mils is lower than what our max millage we can go up to, which is 7.9. So we are assessing just what we need for operations and
I'm
maintenance
saving the
purposes.
taxpayer about 2%?
Yes,
All right.
correct. And you need a roll call vote on this.
Oh, we need a roll call vote. Mr. Secretary?
All right. So seat A, Chucky Sheremy, yes. Seat B, Thomas Petrie.
Yes.
Seat C, Jimmy Lafont.
Yes.
Seat D, Rodney Gisclair.
Yes.
Seat E, Reggie Leday.
Yes.
Seat F, Chad Colley.
Yes.
Seat G, John Mellison.
Yes.
Seat H, Mike Colley.
Yes.
Seat I, Chris Colley.
Yes.
All passed, Mr. President.
All right.
Good to go.
We have passed, Mr. Gisco. You may continue.
Okay, well, that right there concludes the Finance Committee's report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Gisco. Do we have any other business?
I'd like,
Go ahead.
I'd like to mention two things. First is your annual Tier 2 financial disclosures are due May 15th, which is tomorrow. And we do have our open house on Saturday, May 17th, from 11 to 4. Hopefully, the general public will come out and join us on that day.
Can you let the general public know what we will be serving and
Yeah,
what we'll be
so
doing?
it is, one, it's a free event. Two, we will have food to include jambalaya, white beans, fried shrimp, pork, fried fish as well, roasted pork and rice, and special popping of gratons as well, some desserts. We will be having goodie bags given out, and those are first come, first serve. We have music with the legacy Mr. Benjamin Bruce, Mr. Vin Bruce's, former Commissioner Vin Bruce's grandson, will be singing for us from 12 to 3. See Lee's back there, whose birthday was yesterday, by the way.
All right.
Happy birthday.
She's giving, because she planned all this, right? So she's giving me all the right information. And then we will have 2 rounds. We have 2 buses that are coming in, and we will be doing tours for people to the airport and to Port Fourchon and back. Those will start around 11-ish. We'll run through it one time, and then in the afternoon we'll do another round. At 2:00, we'll do another round of tours. Hopefully, we have the demand for that.
And this is open to the public?
Open to the public, absolutely.
All right, so bring your family, friends, and please come out and help us celebrate our 65 years celebration. We have some other celebrating to do, and we'll turn that over to Mr. Jeremy.
Yeah, on behalf of the Port Commission, we'd like to extend the congratulations to all the graduates of South Lafourche and our community and college. I know we have a good bit that have graduated, so they had their senior, as Mr. Lede pointed out the other day, they had their senior, what is it, senior,
Boat ride.
senior ride and all over here. So
Golf cart
it was pretty
parade,
good.
boat parade.
Boat
Yeah.
parade and all that. So we want to congratulate the seniors and remember everybody, summertime coming around, life jackets and boats. We be out there, be safe. For the kids, put your life jackets, no telling what's going to happen. You're on the island, Grand Isle, watch everything what happens. And remember, we are giving tickets out from on Fushall 500 on the overland. So please slow it down going down there. But for everyone, the kids and all that, have a safe prom and have a safe graduation.
Any other commissions like to add on? All right. Well, the Greater Lafourche Port Commission would like to thank our viewers and those who attended our meeting today. And please remember, we are Port Fourchon, here today, ready tomorrow, honored to serve. Need a motion to close.
Move that we adjourn, Mr. President.
Moved by Mr. Lafont, second by Mr. Petrie. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, meeting adjourned.